We are Flake, Rhodes, and Spears, and we are supremely black. How y'all doing this week, fellas?
What's going on? It's your big kinfolk, Jay Flake, man. I'm doing pretty good this week. Still getting settled in the crib and everything, so that's going good, man. Work has been good. Everybody is healthy. Uh, Family healthy. Everybody doing good so far. If you're gonna be in Alabama this weekend, come check your boy out. Stand up live. I'll be there all weekend long. So if you get an opportunity, come check him out to stand up live while I drop these pandemic jokes. I'll be there Friday night, two shows Friday night, two shows Saturday night, one show on Sunday night. So mess with your boy. How you been doing, D Rose?
I've been good, man. I really can't complain at all. It's day 10 on this cleanse. I'm about to jump off this damn balcony the other night. I was so I feel like I was having withdrawals or something, but everything been good, man. Honestly, this week it's been good. The family straight. I talked to I talked to my cousin. As both of them are locked away in the prison system. So I talked to my cousin Kulu, and I talked to my mother brother Sean, man. Sean doing 36 years, man. So I ain't talked to both of them in like 2 years, man. So it was definitely a pleasure to speak with them brothers over the weekend, man. That made my weekend, honestly. Even though we're just faced with different challenges in life, it was just still good to hear them brothers, holding their head up and, battling against the odds and still being positive regardless of how much time they got left or, things like that. And just, it was inspiring just to hear because, a few of them, both of them have heard that I got a podcast and things like that. So they be trying to tap in. But it's just good to hear that you're an inspiration to people that, that's because I really feel like this is what I do the podcast for is because you are the voice of the people that didn't get a chance to express themselves before they, made decisions that was going to impact them for a lifetime. So it's been a solid week, man. I can't complain at all. What about you, Spirit?
My week been my week been good. Ain't no complaints at all. Just this weather. I don't know what in Houston or in Nashville. But this weather dropping. It didn't drop down. Got its even. It's cold as polar bear butthole and penguin pussy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. On Sunday or Monday is supposed to be a high of 19 and a low of 3. So uh, yeah, so I'm trying to prepare myself for that and whatnot. But yeah, you just gotta you gotta roll with this Texas weather. So that's just all I'm preparing myself for. But everything else is really
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, we getting some
supposed
of
to
that
snow
too.
down here. Yeah, go ahead, Flake.
I said, yeah, we getting some of that too. Probably a little mini ice storm come through tonight. I don't think it's gonna do too much nothing, but yeah, we getting some of that weather too, boy. And some cold nights. We in howling outside.
yeah, it's getting dangerous. It's getting dangerous.
Yeah, because I thought, when I moved to Houston, I never thought we would be even faced with that, but I think they're saying it's supposed to snow Monday. So I guess we'll see. But this ain't what I moved here for. I can tell you that much. This ain't it, dog. This ain't it. But every day above ground is a blessing, so I just take it as that.
That it is. That it is.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, one, I want to congratulate y'all. Happy 1 year anniversary. It's been a year since we popped this thing off. And so I just want to say, I appreciate y'all. Salute y'all. Thank you for doing this thing with me, for sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your ideology, for being brothers who are committed to doing more than just sitting in the background or talking that bullshit, but to actually talk about thought-provoking, uh, even tough, you know, confrontational subjects or whatnot, and just doing that with me. So I just want to say salute to y'all. Thank y'all. Happy 1 year anniversary. For our listeners, for our fans, for our followers, whatever you want to be called, we thank y'all too, and we appreciate y'all because without y'all, we are nothing. So thank y'all as well. And happy 1 year anniversary to y'all for being supremely black with us. And we just want to say thanks.
Yes, 100 to all the fans out there, man. We appreciate y'all sticking by us as we go through this 1 year anniversary. I can't believe it has been 1 year. It has went by fairly quick. We started off with no video, just straight audio. I remember the first few episodes. I was sitting in my car recording. Like I wasn't even in the house. I was sitting in the car with the windows rolled up, sitting in the garage while we was recording, just so I can get some quiet time, some good audio at the old crib. But we done moved up a little bit. Now we got the video going for you guys on YouTube. We've had outstanding conversations. Um, we've gotten some outstanding feedback. To be honest with you, we first started this. I know how it was gonna go. Um, I've done a previous podcast before, and we did a lot of episodes, and all of a sudden it just all fell apart. So I didn't know what to expect from this one, but I'm very happy that we're here for a year. And if we made it a year, it's gonna be plenty more years that we keep this thing going, plenty more episodes. Getting to 1 year is the hump. But we here. We here now.
Right.
You old news.
Yeah. But yeah, man, salute to y'all, man, and salute to all the fam that, supports from, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's been dope. I can honestly say this meant a lot. So since I'm on this cleanse, it's been kind of a challenge because I definitely wanted to pop a bottle tonight as we was recording this, just to salute, but I'm gonna have my time for that. Focus on the bigger picture, but just to salute to you all, because I know, Flake, you've tried it before. I don't know if Spirits has ever dived into it, but I know we kind of talked about it. Our biggest thing was we didn't want it to slip. We just didn't want to start something and then it just tail off and it just fall apart, right? And it wasn't easy. I remember me and Chris sitting beside each other, one phone going on in the bathroom. We sitting on the section together, trying to get it together. We had to record different episodes a couple times, people not really knowing what's going on. You got the echo. Sometimes we may sound like we outside screaming. It's a lot of different stuff. It's got the delay. It's like, okay, these brothers gonna talk, or they all got a slow little delay when they respond to each other. What's going on? So we done came a long way, man. It's been a hell of a journey, but I definitely don't think I could have. I know for a fact I couldn't have did it without these two, because it's a couple times I'm just like, man, it is what it is. But people have missed it. We've missed episodes. Everybody's still plugged in, next man up, and we have did it. But just the feedback and the genuine feedback and the support that we've got from people, we didn't even start it for that. Honestly, as you probably could tell as you went through the episodes, I really think this is more therapeutic than we would have called it. As we started to get to know each other more, we started to get to kind of get to diving deeper. So those conversations before and after started to get a little bit more personable now, outside of just what we're talking about on the podcast. So definitely salute, because you all have helped me grow into the man that I definitely desired to be, gave me the voice that I've kind of held back for whatever reasons. But it's no excuses, because every week we got to show up, and that's just what we've been doing. So salute to the supporters. As I call y'all, my Supreme Black family. But to you brothers, definitely, I love y'all, and really just appreciate y'all for pushing me some days when I didn't want to do no podcast. So we went from, how it goes. But salute, man. We made it, and it can only get better here.
Yes, sir. Love you too. Yes, sir. It's only gonna go up. It's only gonna go up. So I'm looking forward to what the future holds for us. I'm also looking forward to what our fan interaction or our supporters interactions, because I don't even necessarily want to call them fans, because that sound too like we celebrities, and that's not what we're trying to be, or that's not what we are. So what our supporters and listeners, some more interaction with them. And I'm also just looking forward to the dialogue and to the conversations that we keep putting forth and keep putting out, because again, I don't think besides you know, some of the heartbreaking things that happen, you know, in our culture in Black America. You know, I don't think we had too many repeated conversations or repeated dialogues besides, you know, some of the killings or whatnot that we talked about over the last year. And it's crazy when you go back and think of it. I think we talked about 5 directly, but there was more that we just said we was tired of talking. But I think we talked about 5 directly shootings from February of 2020 to February 2021. And that's sad in and of itself, but hopefully with the conversation and the dialogue, things get changed. People start doing more, and we start something amongst our culture and our people.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I just optimistic that 2021 will be bringing more of a different light. Hopefully, we don't have to cover those things, but we also have to be, you know, realistic. Like the episode that we do have coming up, I hope we could just talk about movies and not actually real life events, so we can see of how that really impacts the culture and what should be our response, that type of thing. But we look forward to, you know, having more conversations around finances. We're not done with getting some entrepreneurs on to talk to them. We've seen your suggestions as well in regards to, you know, a lot of different topics. So please continue to drop those, because there are some very thought-provoking ones. Like one that came across today was, how do you identify yourself when you apply for a job? And I'm thinking to myself, that's a great topic, because I identify myself as that. It's kind of hard to hide the name DeCarla. So, but I think that's a great topic. And it's also another lady that hit me up and was like, we should do a podcast or covering natural women. And so it's not in the sense of, you know, bashing anyone that has had any adjustments, but how do women feel that have natural bodies? And there was a woman that wants to come on and speak about that. So we may introduce that maybe next month to see exactly how it is, because I would love to hear. And if she has a friend that she want to come on with that's natural, let's come on and talk about it. But I think those type of conversations are needed, especially if our supporters or, you know, the Supremely Black family are reaching out to say that they would love to come on and talk. We definitely gonna give you the spotlight, but don't be shy, because we will have some questions since you're very confident about doing so. So we welcome y'all.
And to be supremely Black, we got to be supremely honest. Are they gonna model? Are they modeling?
Oh,
Walk across that screen.
you're right. Hey, we'll see. We might have to get a little contract out, but I'm gonna tell it, like I'm gonna say this, like I was telling her.
Supremely Black model.
Yeah, so you know how honest I am. So if you come on the show, you got 2 other brothers that's gonna be asking the same question. So I think she's very well rounded. She's very well spoken. She has her own poetry and stuff that she does. So, but I think she fits the part. But I would really love to hear her perspective, because her third eye is open. Let me just say that. So it'll be dope. So again, awesome first year. And to Flake's point, it did fly by, like for real, for real.
Yes, sir. So, Flake, you got something to say?
I was just gonna piggyback and say I like the way you said, for those who had some adjustments. some adjustments. That is hilarious.
Hey man.
I start using that like she got a few adjustments.
She adjusts, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm just only using the words that she has stated. So I'm like, you know, that's cool. A natural woman conversation. Like, why do women body shame? Why are we not comfortable in the skin that we come in? So I was like, I will let you come. We've had our conversation. So if you're a woman, you want to come on, we'll definitely let you lead that. So it's coming from a woman's perspective, and we're just asking mere questions of maybe something that we are want to know ourselves. So
yeah, I was unaware that women be body shaming in a fashion of that nature, in that much of a fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she want to lead that. So yeah, I mean, shout out to the people who follow us, man, and support us out there, man. We don't even have a name for them. The Black Supremes. I don't know,
Yeah. Supreme
but
Black Family. That's it.
but yeah,
Sound like a veggie pizza. What the Black Supremes, man? This guy here, man. Yeah, Supreme Black Family, man. This guy, Black Supreme. It's like, man.
But yeah, keep shooting your ideas over. Keep supporting. Share, talk about it with your people, whatever. And definitely, it's something we hadn't touched. Because this might be, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be something that might slip through. Because we all three are businessmen, and we busy out here, so it might be a little something that slip through the crack. So yeah, shoot those suggestions. Though we not shying away from any conversation. Now we might ask for a little help on the conversation and have a visitor come. I have a guest to stop in, but we ain't shying away from no conversation. If y'all see us slipping and not being as honest as we usually do, put that in the comments too. Let us know, and we might have to pick it up. So we salute y'all, appreciate y'all, two brothers. And y'all reached out to me, and I appreciate y'all for including me on it and reaching out to me and put me on this platform myself, because most people that do what I do and tell jokes wouldn't want to do this. They be like, I might mess up something for me. I ain't skip all that, man. Most of them jokes I tell real life situations, and they piggyback on some of this, and folks get a kick out of it because it's real.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like I always say, when it's real, you can tell. As simple as that.
But I like the Black Supreme. Sound like something from Motown.
Black Supremes.
Yeah, I like the Black Supreme.
Okay.
Sound like something from Motown. But I know we touched on this when we hit our halfway mark, but I want to see if any of y'all answers changed or whatnot. So do y'all have a new favorite episode from what y'all stated earlier, now that we hit a full year, or is it roughly around the same one? And do you remember what you said your favorite episode was?
Yeah, I remember what I said mine was. I said Malcolm, even though we had the issues with it. But man, I think the one that really got my mind into a different place, it wasn't the one that had the most controversy. To me, it felt like I got the most knowledge, was when we brought your cousin on. That turned into my favorite episode because I even checked that out twice on YouTube. It was just, it's good to see somebody that is in politics but doesn't consider himself a politician. And that's completely different, right? Because if we brought any other person on, they would consider themselves whatever that label that America has placed on them, that's what they were running with. He was completely fine with just saying of who he was and how he was brought up and what his core values was as a person, and not just what the title that the city had gave him or the state had gave him. So that actually had turned into my favorite episode, is because when you go into it, I feel like we got the most out of that conversation, because now that's going to open people's eyes on how we should really attack it, and from our community standpoint. But it's coming from a Black leader that's in a city that's not a lot of people voting, but it's predominantly white city, and he's still being chosen. But he has a wealth of knowledge, and he's sitting in rooms where people judge, but he's actually sitting beside him, and he actually gets to know exactly what's going on. So he's giving, that's a voice to the streets, because he could have easily said, no, I don't want to be on y'all platform because this could prevent me from doing something else politically. But that wasn't his passage, and he showed us a lot of respect by coming onto a platform and still keeping it real. So to me, that it ended up being my favorite episode.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember what I said my favorite episode was. I want to say it was the life insurance one. I want to say is what I said, but I ain't 100% sure on that. But I mean, not to be, but I gotta agree with D Rose. That one did turn into my new episode. I was so intrigued by that episode, and I greatly appreciate him for joining us that episode. As y'all can recall, he wasn't even my supremely Black person of the week. By the end of the episode, I had to give it to him, man, because he came on. He was so honest. He kept it all the way real. He kept it straight, and you don't find too many people that's in that political realm that does that. I feel like he gave a lot of information that a lot of people did not know. Uh, I did, like I said, I didn't know I can just go into them buildings dressed up and just sit there and listen to all that going on. I had no clue that I could do that. So he dropped some gems. Not and I love his statement of being that he is community leader and he is not a politician. So, man, going back to the episode, if we had more community leaders, maybe we wouldn't be in the situation we are now in the United States of America.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just so I'm not continuing a trend or anything, uh, saying everything just to give a different perspective. I
We know
would
we're
have,
gonna pick it because it's your family.
nah,
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say, my favorite episode was either Black Lives Matter or 1619. And the first
1619 was that one. Yeah, yeah.
and the reason why I will say that is because one, the way that we talked and dove in on subjects that wasn't particularly ingrained in us or that we actually knew. And so, we actually did research for the Black Lives Matter and for the 1619. But then when we discussed and, we had our conversation amongst each other and we broadened our ideas and we broadened our thoughts and we spoke some things and we let it be known. I just think those were very thought-provoking and empowering in just the conversation itself and the dialogue that transpired between us. And so I would say those two would probably be like A, B, or even for me, just because again, like I said, the way that we articulated ourselves, the way that we expressed ourselves, the ways that we stood, excuse me, I'm sorry, Bert. The way that again, excuse me, the way that we stood firm in our stances and we didn't waver, and we said what we said and we meant what we said, but then we also came with facts or research. But dang, now that I think about that, the the uh the paperclip project too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's up there too. Now that I'm thinking in my mind going, I mean, there's a few because even if I go back, I'll say Malcolm was, Queen Protection was, like there's a couple of them that I just enjoyed or whatever. And then even for the laid back ones and whatnot, when we did the history of Black movies, and we talked about top 5 and we went from there. So we just had some dope episodes, fellas, and I just got to commend y'all again and give y'all a round of applause. But for me, those would be my top ones, if I would say.
Yeah. That paperclip, I think I got the most text messages on that one because it wasn't something that directly impacted us, but the way we tied it into the ways of America, I think that really made people realize like what, because we could have took that from the paperclip all the way to the Tuskegee experiment if we wanted to and tied those two together, and we did, and I think that's what made people like, well, I didn't even know anything about the paperclip, so it just showed that we're not just talking about things from a biased perspective. They do it on both sides. It's just we feel it more because it hits our community. But when they do it, look how glorified it is, and it's still well represented in today's society until people realize, like, why are we celebrating these people and they were Nazi leaders? Why are we giving out an award all the way up until 2016 celebrate Nazi leaders? You know what I'm saying? So it's just those small things that, so if they would do it just in their society, is how I look at it, for a fact we're gonna have to keep pushing and actually be action-based and intentional with what we do, because it was all the way up until 2016 and 17 they stopped giving away that award. And so
Yeah, and somebody had to bring that up.
exactly.
Somebody had to even question it.
Mm.
Why are you giving us award? We don't
Yeah.
know. Nobody ever asked us. What?
Yeah. They don't need questions.
What?
That's
Yeah, very. We are a reactive country for sure. We don't we react after after you get the feedback, the slaps in the face or whatever. And who would have known that sugar cane would be as hot as cotton when you go down to the 1619 project, and then some of the penitentiaries are still sitting on sugar cane,
mm-hmm.
sitting on sugar cane land. So
Right.
it's almost like a slap in the face. Yeah, we gonna put you here. We're gonna set you out there too to help out with this old sugar cane plantation and slavery that we used to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no secret why Angola still to this day is the biggest prison that they have. And we definitely know it's still in Louisiana. So
Mhm.
if they want to about prison reform and when people pushing it back, yes, there are some hardened criminals that deserve to be doing the time. But when you think about where they're located and the vast majority of the people that make up that prison, you make it make sense if you want to question it. So
Right.
yeah.
And I forgot all about the black movie episode. Speaking of that, the best man is gonna have a 10-part series come out on TV not too long from now. They are in the works of putting that together. So it's gonna be like the ending to the best man. So you have the best man holiday, and then they're gonna wrap it up with a 10-part little mini series or whatever. I guess 10 episodes, not a mini series. That'd be a
No, that's
because it's only gonna be one season. It's gonna be a limited series. That's what it is. A 10-part limited series, and they're gonna wrap it up. They get all the original cast back. Well, of course, except for old girl that passed away. And she had passed away in real life, but passed away in the movie. What's the name? Not Quentin Lawrence, whatever. The football player wife.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember their names right now. But yeah. So that's gonna be something to look out for as we get into black films again. But going back to our black film conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is one thing, or is there anything else that y'all want to touch on about our 1 year anniversary? Because I do want to leave the people with something instead of just talking about us the whole time. So I do want to leave the people with something. But is there anything else that y'all want to say in regards to us or our 1 year anniversary?
Cheers.
Nah, I just appreciate y'all sticking around.
Yep.
Okay, so one thing that I do want to leave y'all with that one of our followers shared with us, and forgive me, brother, if I butcher your last name, but his name is Lake Obugayu off of Instagram, and the brother asked us to discuss or have a conversation about. And to be honest, we actually had this conversation in one of our earlier ones, but it was brief or whatnot. And so we'll just dive into it again. But about giving the pedestal to our entertainers, to our celebrities, to our whoever holds, fame and fortune or whatnot, and realizing that they're regular people like us. So why do we expect them to do more than what we're willing to do for ourselves? And so I just want to throw that dialogue again because for it to be our 1 year anniversary, I know we discussed that early on, like maybe one of our first 3 or 4 episodes, and we touched on that. So let's just throw that dialogue out there again because one of our followers did ask us to speak on that, and so we could share our thoughts and our perspective on that briefly and just let people know how we feel or what we think. And then also, how do we change that microcosm of expecting too much from people who are on TV or who do concerts or who got fame and fortune, whether they're YouTube stars or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know. We've like you said, we've discussed it before. And anybody that knows me, I don't believe in the word celebrity or superstar. I just think that's just something made up for people that or just as they're normal, just like you. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. They brush their teeth, take a shower, whatever they do if they decide to do so. But I just think those words for like, you know, fans and superstars and celebrities, like they're regular people. I call them by their name. Like anybody knows me, I absolutely love what LeBron James stands for as a basketball player. But what he does within the community is what inspires me to say that I could actually support him in what he does outside of the court. But I'm not at any point, if I've seen him and I've seen these players and people out in these places, I'm not running up to them and treat them any different because I understand how much I value my space. But just to kind of touch on to his point, I agree with you. It does start with us. They are normal people. Yes, they do have a bigger platform, but I think if you're intentional with what you're doing, yours is just as big. We give those people way too much power by talking about, hey, hashtag LeBron James. But if you hashtag John Doe, they would get the same amount of attention. That's really all it is. And they pick and choose of who they consider their entertainers or celebrity. So if you're entwined with that world, then you're just pretty much caught up in that raptor, but I don't get caught into it. So for me is I respect the people, my heroes, and the people that I would consider celebrities are the people that I've actually seen their journey. So like I've always told people, and I share this with my job, I would consider my uncle a celebrity. I would consider his best friends a celebrity or a superstar to me, because those are the people that believed in me when I didn't even want to believe in myself because I was just caught up in my own little way of wanting to live life. So I celebrate the people that are around me and I've seen their struggle or come up, I must say, and those are my superstars and those are my celebrities or my ancestors that have passed and gone and got us here and it was original trailblazers. I don't get into the whole celebrity thing. If you're a rapper, you're a rapper. If you're popular, but you won't catch me saying that's a celebrity or anything like that. So focus on what you do, love the people that's around you, because that's who I consider my superstars or celebrities.
Well, I appreciate that little shout out. I didn't even know that one. It made me feel like warm and cozy inside. You know what I'm saying? Might shed a tear on the pillow tonight. Who knows? Who knows? But I think people look at them as not being regular people because they are probably the people they're looking up to. More likely, they're doing things that they would want to do, or they doing things that it seems like it's so far out the realm that you got that little bit of chance for it to happen, and they turn out to be like a special person because they was able to make it to that certain level or whatnot. And what people need to realize, if you have a passion about something, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and not giving up. Um, and it's gonna be times where you have setbacks and you have to continue working through that. And then some of these people, they are talented at a certain thing. Everybody can't be born 6'8", 280 pounds. Like it don't happen like that. Everybody can't run a 4.240. Like everybody can't be an actor and remember a whole movie after reading the lines for only 2 nights, like Denzel Washington probably can. But you have to find out what is your creative itch, what is that you have a passion for, and make yourself be on that same level of doing that. And then you could be your own celebrity. Celebrities or these amazing people with these gifts are not just seen on TV, not just read about in books. These people are doctors and lawyers and community leaders and somebody who has a thing for maybe just delivering groceries to the elderly or making the elderly feel good or reading stories to children and making children feel good, or that person that's in your family that's the one that can calm the entire family down and get the family together once a year for a get together. I mean, everybody has their own thing. You got somebody in your family got that talent of cooking. My grandmama she wasn't on TV, she didn't have no recipe book, but she'll make you slap your entire family over a pot of greens. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you just never know. Everybody's their own little special celebrity in their own little special way. Some people have the gift of gab. I mean, it just depends on, are you using your gift for good? Are you using your gift to make income? Are you using your gift to bless other people? A lot of people don't realize that, when for those who go to church and believe in that your tithes and offerings ain't about the money in your pocket. If the Lord, well, it is, but it ain't at the same time. The Lord bless you with a talent. Your talent could be tithes and offering, but of course, you got to do that free of charge. You got to be for good. But your talents could definitely be a tithe and an offering. So I believe people just look at, this person can jump super high and I can't. They feel like they can't do something, so they put them on pedestal. And then when they crash down, everybody will look and see the car wreck. No, no, no. I always think that people are just normal, just like us, regardless of what they're going through. Regardless of what they're going through. I tell you an example, man. A lot of folks might get mad at it, but Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. They normal. Girl down the street got cheated on too. So they normal. They have stuff that happened to them just like anybody else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would say for the people is sometimes we get caught up by status and we don't realize that what people do in certain fields or areas in life is their occupation. But that does not determine their character, has nothing to do with their integrity, that has nothing to do with their heart and what their spirit evokes in this world. So a lot of times we look for people who really ain't shit people, who really don't give two fucks about what goes on in disenfranchised communities or what goes on to the underprivileged, or even if they do, they throw stuff off for a tax write-off for themselves, so they're not doing it for the right reasons or their heart or whatnot. And so we allow status to get in the way of what people occupation is, because we put so much on the status and that occupation, but we don't really realize and take to mind that they're human just like us. So then therefore, why would we expect somebody to do more for us than we do for ourselves? And so we got to look at ourselves and realize that just what we may want LeBron to do, for example, Kyrie to do, Denzel Washington to do, Tyler Perry, uh, or Kamala Harris, or anybody to do for us, we have to realize that we have to start doing something for ourselves first. And so therefore, we can't put the onus on them when we're not putting the onus on ourselves. We have to be accountable for ourselves, and we got to be accountable for what we do with our family, with our communities, with our neighbors and whatnot. And so I would just say, keep the focus where the focus needs to be and stop trying to take it to a status or to an occupation just because that's something that is in the limelight because of entertainment purposes. But just remember, just because they're entertainers doesn't mean that they're your kinfolk. Just because they your skinfolk don't mean that they care about what's going on with you and all this other stuff. And so, perfect example, my favorite rapper, but perfect example, Lil Wayne, taking a picture with Trump. And, it came out to be good because Trump pardoned him or whatnot. But, just things like that. You can't always rely on people to have your same ideology or logic or whatever the case may be. And everybody's entitled to feel the way that they feel. But you can't be up in arms or mad or saying, I expect this, or I need somebody to give me this, when you're not trying to give yourself the opportunity that you really want them to give in a fiscal opportunity way. Because most times when it comes down to the celebrities and to the stars or whatever you want to call them, it comes down to middle class people or even people in poverty wanting something financial done to support them or to help them or to benefit them. And you just got to realize you got to do the work yourself. And that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, I completely. It's well said to be exact. Now, my last thing about it is one of my favorite rappers, Big Crit, said this: "Too much shine can dull the soul." So I just think people just need to be mindful of that because we put too much power into people, and and it's really just it's false idols. So you should find that love within yourself, honestly. Yeah.
Yes. And just remember, stay supremely black.
Stay supreme. Yeah. Hey, I'm about to, cause she be kid be watching the episode, so I be always joking with her. Like when you get that chain from Kid Payne, it hit off in the dark, man. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, tell her we need a little marketing stipend.
Man, something. Yeah, I'm about to holler at her. I'm about to tell her to check the episode out. She'll be checking it out. She'll say something.
Yeah. But fellas, one more time, I'm gonna tell y'all I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for making it a year with me. I'm looking for many more years to come. Just to let our followers know, we do have a pop-up live show that we're doing March 20th in Houston. So if you are available to come, I know everybody's not because we got listeners all over the place, but if you are able to come, it'll be a perfect time to probably have a guest on that episode or whatnot, and get on stage with us, talk with us, give us questions that you might or topics that you might want us to talk about in a quick, tidbit segment or whatnot. But be on the lookout. We got big things coming. And again, fellas, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for doing this with me. Thank y'all for being supremely black. Thank y'all for keeping me on my toes and just having a dialogue that honestly does not transpire enough in our communities, and especially amongst black men. And so I just want to say salute to y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Salute, bro. Love, man. You know how we come.
Salute.
Well, I guess I got my Black Business Minute. For the Black Business Minute this week, it is Ultra Cosmic 9. And so Ultra Cosmic 9, you can find them on IG on Ultra Cosmic 9. You can also go to their website, Ultra, ULTRA, Cosmic, KOSMIC, the number 9.com. And what Ultra Cosmic 9 is bamboo tissue. What is bamboo tissue? Made from the pulp of bamboo grass, which is easily replenished and requires no pesticides to grow, bamboo tissue is naturally eco-friendly. Bamboo is considered one of the most sustainable plants on earth because of its rapid growth rate and has no need for chemicals or irrigation. Oh, and don't worry, the bamboo used to create toilet tissue is not the same as panda food, so our furry friends don't go hungry. Maturing in only 3 years makes bamboo great when it comes to protecting the planet's resources. Also being 100% biodegradable, so it offers no harsh chemicals like PBA or de-inking agents used in the manufacturing process, making it completely vegan safe. How exciting is that? One other tidbit that they say, study shows if bamboo were planted on a mass scale, it can reverse the effects of global warming in only 6 years. So Ultra Cosmic 9, they say it's soft tissue. I'm probably gonna have to order some and try some. They also have t-shirts and other things like that, other merchandise that you could buy from them, hats and whatnot, stickers, hoodies, all of this other stuff, masks or whatnot. But I'm gonna have to try the tissue out because if it's some good tissue, because I can't lie, I like my Charmin. I gotta have the ultra soft. I gotta have soft in my head. But if this is what they say it is and it's soft, I'm definitely gonna support because one is black owned, two is saving the world, and I need my kids to be able to live in a world that's safe and healthy. So I'm definitely with it. And
Oh,
that's
yeah, I'm glad you cleared it up. It wasn't that bamboo panda food. 'Cause I was like, man, that jump about to be rough on you, boy. All right, we got a few people for our Supremely Black Persons of the Week, and it's gonna go out to the coaching staff of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that just won a Super Bowl. This is the first time in National Football League history that you have had all black coordinators win a Super Bowl. Starting off with the assistant coach being Harold Goodwin. You got the defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, offensive coordinator Brian Leftwich, and then you got the special teams coordinator Mr. Keith Armstrong. So congratulations to those guys for getting their first Super Bowl victory. Shout out to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for having such a diverse coaching staff. They asked Bruce Arians about his diverse coaching staff, and he said, basically, I need different voices out here for a team to work, and I definitely need people that look like them talking to them as well. So with that being said, as we know, I forgot what the percentage is, but I think NFL is probably about 75, 80% black. And he needed some other black leaders talking to these black young men that's coming in. He felt like it'd be an easier process to coach, and they would listen to them a little bit better with them coming from where he come from. Also, shout out to these women are not black. However, I'm getting a shout out too. He also has 2 women on this coaching staff as well. So that is amazing in itself. So shout out to those coaches. I know I heard some talk going around. Hopefully these coaches get a head coaching job. Ty Bowles has had one before. So hopefully he can get back in the head coaching realms. And Brian Leftwich, as you know, he's a former NFL player, former top 10 pick. Hopefully he can get him a head coach job one day. Mr. Keith Armstrong and Harold Goodwin. I hadn't known them to be head coach. I don't think they ever have. But hopefully, especially with Harold Goodwin, he's assistant coach of the team right now. So hopefully the next step up for him will be a head coaching job. As we know, NFL, they get coaches out there in a minute. But I always seen black coaches don't get much of a chance as others. So hopefully these brothers has proven to the world that hey, we already been knowing we can coach with the best, and this is proven, especially when you got a team that's led by a super veteran quarterback. So
Yeah,
congratulations to those brothers.
yeah. Especially Todd Bowles, though, just to kind of give a little bit of that. For him to hold that offense to just 3 field goals, if his name ain't buzzing to get another head coaching job, knowing he had that BS up there with the Jets, I don't know what to tell you, because his defense always been great. It's always been the offense. So you get that man the offense and he got that defense, he might mess around and be Bruce Arians' competition somewhere. So we'll see.
Yeah, brother, they're definitely one hell of a coach, and yeah, he didn't get much of. He got killed a little bit for the Jets, but that Jets roster was awful at the time.
Trash. Yeah.
And they still awful.
Yep.
well, I don't got nothing to say.
You ain't got nothing to say. End out on nothing. D Rose, you got anything you got to say before we end it for the night?
Salute again to a year. This is to the Black Supreme Black family, whatever we want to decide to call y'all. It's been a hell of a journey. I just look forward to keep making episodes, but more importantly, connecting with our culture in a real way and giving them something to listen to that's genuine and authentic, and just be on the lookout for different things that we may do to engage with the community more. Just so we can continue to spread our outreach. That's it.
Awesome. And shout out to Lake for bringing that topic that we discussed tonight. So shout out to you for that. But you know what it is. For all my queens out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. For all my kings out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, let them know you are a king. And we are supremely black. And we out.
Peace.